Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Educational Gamer and we are playing Strategic Command. We are playing now as the Western Allies. So let's start out in the Norwegian Sea or in the Arctic Sea over here and try to find a German submarine that last time might have gotten away. There it is. So it was somewhat likely that it would run to its supply sources down here because it is... Really, we're not making any damage over here. Because it is fairly damaged, you can see it's only at a 3 over there. And it's probable that it would like to repair, or that the AI would like to repair its ship. So let's send in more of our destroyers. It is now diving from attack, but it did suffer a little bit in the meantime. Did find it over here, and that's actually very nice of it to dive away, because that does put it in reach of these Canadian destroyers, which are taking damage themselves while not being able to conduct much on their own. That is unfortunately it for our destroyer squadrons that can reach. These guys can't seem to get there, although luckily we reinforced these light cruisers here, the Southampton, to be able to hunt subs at least a little bit. So let's try to finish them off, and there we go. That is very nice, fantastic result. Excellent. So how many submarines does Germany have? So 2 ships at all. So there's this destroyer squadron, and we know that there's another submarine over here somewhere. So yeah, very good result over here. So yeah, we are very, very happy that we did manage to take down these ships, and that does in fact mean that we can probably pull these guys back a little bit. I'm also mindful that we want to start launching our attack against Norway at some point, but that probably needs to wait a second. Well, let's bring in these destroyers over here so that they can scout ahead for the rest of the fleet, so we don't run into anything unexpectedly. Weather in Scotland has finally cleared up, so that these bombers, naval bombers, now can do something. These carriers need an upgrade. We do have these special forces over here. We could upgrade their mobility, but there's no point doing that, I think. How about you guys, this army, your anti-air defenses? I think that is okay for now. Who would we like to take along if we do attack Norway over here? So I'm mindful that the supply situation is likely not gonna be great. So we could land over here in Kristiansand. We could directly try to get to Oslo, or we can go to Trondheim, which does count as a secondary supply depot, and that might allow us to move into Lillehammer. That might not be too bad, although of course we can only bring up so many troops. An attack on Bergen followed by one on Trondheim. I'm mindful that Bergen probably has a supply source of 5 or so. I'll probably get over here, and then we should be able to see it actually. So yeah, it is possible to source some supplies from over here, but it won't actually be too much. So that should definitely not actually be our main attack. Also, where else would we go? We can land over here, but that would bottle us pretty much in, so we are gonna keep off of that for now, and I think our actual attack will need to come towards Trondheim. And that does mean we could bring, let's say we are bringing... I don't really want to risk the army to do this. Where is it actually? It's over here in Aberdeen. British Expeditionary Forces. I would like to send the Royal Marines, and I think we'll follow them up with this 1st Canadian Corps. On the other hand, it might be better to bring in our headquarter as well. Let's bring our headquarter to the north over here, and then only do this via British troops so that they all get the supply bonus. And that would actually mean that using this army is not such a bad idea. Could of course also use just the 1st Corps. But yeah, again, the army is a little bit better, so let's bring it up. Let's hope that the supplies will be fine. And there should be that. And then these first tanks can, I guess, come down here. So yeah, that is what we are going to use. So let's take these guys. I'm not entirely sure actually what the difference between amphibious transport and long-range amphibious transport. Ooh, and we only can use one. That is rather bad for us. So yeah, let's deal with a couple of other things first. So I think first of all you should go to hunt. We're going to place it over here, so that should reduce their effectiveness. These destroyers can come back and potentially deal with... Oh, I should turn off that because it's ugly. So yeah, attacking Norway. I mean, there's only the German destroyers over here, and so let's try to find the German submarine that was going in this direction. I suspect that it tries to run home towards the German bases over here. Apparently not. It might be going to Marseille. It could be in that one spot over here. I kinda doubt it. Well, we do have 3 destroyer squadrons down here in the Met now, so that should be fine. Let's keep an eye on North Africa. It is such a difficult terrain. We have the African Reconnaissance Group. I guess what we could do is jump in with these tanks, with these Indian tanks. Ooh, we lose horribly against the anti-tank squadron, which is not a big surprise, I guess. And attack the German squadron over there. Ooh, and now we are a little bit trapped. Okay, so tactical bombers. How about you? You could come down here. Okay, tactical bombers. Strike the reconnaissance group. Okay result. Tank group, come down here. Launch an attack on these guys. Pull back. Special forces, can't come up all the way. Normal army. You can't really go for much further. Normal army. Swap positions? No. Come up over here. Attack. Nah. Special forces come over here. Artillery, I think you need to attack simply. Yeah. Let's do a strike over here. That doesn't do too much for us, but at least it reduces their abilities slightly. Okay, and can we switch? God damn it. Okay, let's move over here. So that at the very least we are out of their strike range. And then this group can simply move forward a little bit. Could place these anti-tank units over here. Anti-tank against anti-tank. Feels a little bit pointless. Should have brought you down here. I think these guys do count as light tanks, and now that was a mistake. Okay. Not much that can be done about that though. So conduct some airstrikes on these guys. Let's actually strike the interceptors, really. But we do have escorts. Okay, so the Italians did bring some fighters down here. Interesting to see. They didn't do too well though, so I think that is fine. Okay, but what we can do then is take these heavy cruisers, strike these fighters, bring them back to base. This battleship should go as far towards Asia as it can. There it is. That means these heavy cruisers can also come in, take a shot at the aircraft and go home. This battleship needs to be reinforced. And then all of these guys, well, I guess the light cruiser can come up, do more damage. Ooh, very nice. That is tempting now. Do we have any more troops? Pull back one of these battleships. and some of these carriers so that we disrupt these fighters. They're low on supplies though, so they couldn't be rebuilt. So yeah, let's do that. Let's conduct a strike like that. Uh-oh. It's a bit sad that that didn't do enough. Your mode is on Naval Tactical, so that's fine. Let's bring it over here. Conduct a strike over there. And another one. Come on. We need to do better than that. And the last one. Come on. Ah! So close. So close. I wish I didn't move... Oh, we have the battle cruiser? Nah, it can't make it. Is it upgraded enough? Yeah, reasonably so. So just try to enter the Indian Ocean. Be ready to defeat the Italians. Two of these tactical bombers, which should be moved up, I guess. These guys are fine. Can we directly attack with these fighters? We cannot. Can we upgrade or reinforce? We cannot. So close, just so close here. Oh well. Next time we might be able to do a little bit better. Okay, so let's move over to... Well, you're fine there. We did move you guys, did we? Yeah, strikes are 0. So that's alright. I do hope that we will be breaking through at some point. Over here, you guys simply need to be transported. But in what order and which ones? So, the UK headquarter. So firstly, you guys are counting as UK, right? No, you are Malaya. Which does mean we should probably move you up here so that you are covering more forces over there. Can you be transported? 49. Can you be operated? No, you cannot. What have we got? The Indian Army. Okay. So you guys need to be transported. Yes, we will spend the 38 points. And then we will try to bring you over towards the Indian theatre. Sorry, the Indonesian theatre. And then what other Indian troops do we have? You should probably be upgraded. Then we do have the South Africans down here. You can all move sort of this way. That's fine. Place you in the town. You're upgraded. You, the French. French are fine where they are. We could reinforce you. And that does come from our UK pool, not from our French pool, which is interesting. Yeah, and over here... Yeah, let's transport the artillery first. And we'll bring that towards Indonesia as well. And then these troops can simply be reinforced. Oh, that is for the UK, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And these guys are Indian though, so... Yeah, let's make sure that they are coming over. And the garrison can slowly walk up. Okay, that is fine, very lovely, all good. So yeah, that does cover East Africa. Let's have a look at the situation down here in Singapore and the Malayan Peninsula. Unfortunately, it is raining on the peninsula itself, so we cannot be using our naval fighters. We do have a heavily mauled heavy cruiser. It's light cruiser, and we are facing off against a battleship and a heavy cruiser. Ideally, I would like to run for that carrier. So let's see what else we can do. We could do things over here. Let's look at that situation first. So let's try to capture Hong Kong. We can move out. Let's move in the army. Do some damage. Move you back. And I guess you'll be next. Move out again. Come on, so close. Okay, so the tactical bombers do need to come in. There are some interceptors from the Japanese, but we do have some escorts ourselves. So there's that. They are taking a lot of damage, actually 3 points of damage. And the battleship did not manage to score a hit over here. Sorry, the tactical bombers. So yeah, this will take another turn then. Let's bring the army up to the front. It will be a little bit better. We can advance over here on the Bormar Road. Can you come up to the front? Yes, you can. That's nice. And then these special forces. You cannot advance at all into that road. Interesting. I would have expected you to be able to at least advance a little bit. Yeah, but you can't. Okay, let's pull you back. That is unfortunate. These carrier aircraft need to be reinforced. And these submarines are fine, so let's start to bring them in towards these supply lines. And keep an eye on things over there. Right, that does leave the question of what we want to do down here. So firstly I think I want to not reinforce you, upgrade you actually. 2 better infantry weapons, that should be fine. Then we bring in this army to the front. Strike these special forces. These fighters are fine over here. This corps can be moved up. And you guys need to be upgraded as well. So that we can start to settle things down here. Yeah, and you're covering all of these guys, so that's good. And the fighters... You could do some things, but I'm still mindful of that situation down here. The American fighters and these guys, yeah, you're still so bad. And you need to be reinforced. And you need to be reinforced. To hold off against these special forces. Right. So the battleship could move all the way up here towards the carrier. But I doubt that we will have enough moves to take on the carrier itself. Could defeat this heavy cruiser if we are risking our heavy cruiser. But then we might pull it back. This light cruiser would of course be suicidal to attack over there. The battleship, I think they might have anti-submarine warfare capabilities, no? Yeah, they do, so they are better at defending against subs. But all of these guys are, so there's not much point in doing this. Okay, let's first go over here. Scout out these carriers. We could attack, it wouldn't do too much. Would love to bring in the battleship, I would really love that. Also probably need the heavy cruiser. Okay, so let's take this light cruiser and try to sink their light cruiser. Their heavy cruiser. There we go. That does leave us very vulnerable, so we should really try to get back into a harbour. On the other hand, I would like to get you over here. Over there. And we'll conduct a strike against the carrier. Very good strike, even though we are now very precariously positioned. Submarine could do another strike. Yeah, let's go ahead strike with the submarine. -2, -1 on us. That's actually not too bad. I think we can go here so that we might be protecting our battleship against this battleship. And then we'll bring up these heavy cruisers. To maybe, just maybe, do a strike over there. Now for these fighters, it would be a good win to sink a carrier. So let's try at least to do that. There we go, very nice. Another carrier sunk. And actually our light cruiser over here is doing fine-ish. So the battleship really can't move anywhere else. The heavy cruiser. Okay, let's park the heavy cruiser here. Light cruiser over there, battleship over here. This heavy cruiser bring back into our port. And that's probably the best that we can do in this situation. Which isn't bad at all. I mean, we did sink a carrier, which is a huge, huge win. So yeah, happy about that. Can I operate you? No, I cannot. Can I reinforce you? Yes, I can. Still, the supply is very low over here, so bring it into that base, and that might help a little bit. We have these light cruisers over here. Let's try to bring them forward. At least into that area. That could be fine. There's the destroyer. These guys, I think we are trying to reinforce. So yeah, let's bring you home. Then over here we did see a couple of carriers that I might... Ooh, enemy contact. That I would like to spot, actually. Ooh, my god. So here we go. There are their carriers. What have we got? We've got one carrier that could reach, two carriers that could reach, a third carrier that could reach, but that isn't upgraded. Their air fleets are slightly depleted. We do have a battleship ready to go. We do have another battleship over here. Some heavy cruisers. Fighters. If we are attacking over here, we are likely very much committing. And I do see a force that is somewhat equal to ours, at least in terms of the modernized weapons. And very soon we would likely be much better than they are. That being said, this is a vulnerable force for them. What's these? Air medium bombers? Readiness and all of that is very low, but you probably have naval... No, you don't even have naval weaponry. Still, our destroyers that did get sent out, that we did send out over there, got really wiped. Yeah, okay, if the heavy cruiser can do 4 damage to this carrier, then I am going to try to do that. And we are going to bring up these battleships. And there we go, sink another carrier. And you know what, we do have enough points so that I can feel somewhat confident in moving you back. And we'll set you to be fighter patrol. That should be fine. And then we'll bring these... Okay, so let's bring it down here. Can conduct a strike from over there. Could conduct a strike from here. Okay, what are you? You are... Let's set you to be mixed. Bring me over here. Then conduct a strike with escorts from over here. Wouldn't be too bad, would it? Yeah, let's go ahead. Interceptors, that's fine. We do have escorts. There we do go. -4. -1. -1. And there's the other carrier actually. Oh my, oh my. So their air group is nearly depleted. But we do have more battleships that could come in over here. You are in a harbor though actually. So that might not be the best to do. But your air group is so low. And you know what? This battleship is upgraded a little bit at least. So let's bring you in front over here. Let's conduct a strike on these carriers. Bring you back. And then we do get greedy, don't we? Would be much better to upgrade you. No doubt about that. Heavy cruisers, you are upgraded. So let's bring you down here. Conduct another strike on these guys. Who's out a little bit? I don't want to bring in these carriers yet. So let's bring in this battleship. Let's try to finish that carrier off. Very nice. Very, very good. So they only have one carrier and one battleship left. And you know what? I think that's fine. So let's upgrade this carrier in Hawaii to better naval weapons, better fighter capabilities, and that is fantastic actually. So likewise, you should be upgraded, but you can't. You're not even in port. Okay, so reinforce the heavy cruisers over here. Reinforce these heavy cruisers. That's fine. Bring you into port, and you should be able to conduct a strike next time. Also bring in the amphibious transports over here, and then we can think about how we want to place these guys. So I kind of want to place you a little bit to the back of our other forces. Let's center you up over there, and let's send you in like that. That should be alright. Good. That does leave this battleship, which could be brought forward, but I don't think that's necessarily required over here. Bring in these marines, which do need to switch over to amphibious transport at some point. Do we have another battleship up here? And you just can just not make it to harbor? 32 is all you can do, right? Pity. I really would have loved to bring into harbor this turn. But that does mean we can... Oh, can we maybe... We could bring into San Diego, I guess. But no, let's bring it towards the front, and that should be fine. No other US forces anywhere here. Should potentially move up these guys here in Australia is the name of this nation. Yeah, that's fine. Good. Kiwis we will leave where they are. These light cruisers just moved over here, so that's fine. Chinese reinforcements over there, that is okay and good. We can pull back some of these Chinese troops, I guess. So yeah, let's bring them a little bit closer to home and our supply lines. Maybe even move a little bit faster. So yeah, that should be alright. And likewise you and China itself. Can we operate you? Yeah, I mean China has a lot of potential to move these guys around, so let's actually bring it towards down here so that we have a little bit more to kick these guys. Yeah, you need to stay over here. Oh, and we should think about these fighters. Let's bring them over here so that they are covering that area a little bit better. Yeah, and that is fine for China. Some UK troops over here, some over there, that's all good. You are fine where you are. I think we did bunch up here in the hope of killing that fighter group. You are fine. All of you have moved, so that is all in all very good. Oh, you need to be reinforcing your aircrafts. That's fine. Not that many points for the UK, a couple of points for the US. That's decent, so let's think about researching, and I think the UK actually needs to look a little bit at the amphibious warfare of the US, so let's take that. It's okay because it will be shared research, and I think that is very important. And I think we might also be looking at industrial technology, which will come online very soon for the US. So we will have level 4 for the US, and then that means we would be researching this extremely quickly. And I do appreciate that. So infantry weapons though also useful for the UK. We are struggling in in Africa against German troops, I have to say. Yeah, but let's do industrial technology. I do want more points to go on and spend, so that should be alright. Again, China, we don't really know what to do without points as China. We could do research. I don't think we can do diplomacy. All your chids are invested. Yeah, so not much that we can do over there. So as nationalist China, we might as well do some research, and likewise I think go for industrial technology. Pretend that it's becoming a little bit more peaceful for them, and that then would something that certainly they would look at. So yeah, I'm happy about making that investment. And maybe production technology. Also likely that they would like to have something like that. And better fighters would be useful. That about spends your points. Right, so that only leaves the US, and actually we should place some new units for you as well, right? Yeah, a battleship. Fantastic. Very much appreciate that. And a mechanized, 2 mechanized divisions that we will be placing over here in the eastern seaboard of the US. We also have these guys, these blimps, which we could upgrade to better naval weapons. It only really affects subs, but you know what, since you might be stumbling on a sub, I think that is fine. We can reinforce these destroyers as well. And you need to come home. Get ready to start and protecting our fleets, even though I don't think the Germans really have that much more in terms of their navy. We know about this destroyer and 1 submarine again, so that shouldn't be too crucial. Other than that, I do think we are fine as the US. You need to come up. Where's Beaver? I don't know. Let's move it up to Charlotte, and then next time you'll probably be able to embark from Charleston or Norfolk. That should be okay. Good. So, that being said, we can't do any research with the US. We are spending the max that we can. Oh no, that's not true. 125 is, we could spend 125 additional points on something. So 100 or 125. Production technology, 1 more chit might be okay. But what I'm really looking, no, we can't do any more on that. Advanced tanks, we don't have enough room for all of these technologies. Anti-aircraft defenses are good, but not crucial. And logistics are good because it does reduce the transport costs, and that is important. But yeah, let's go for the last level of production technology, and that should be fine. And then we are able to get that a little bit faster. That's good. We still have 100 points left, so let's buy things or produce things as the US. I think last time we looked at tactical and medium bombers, and that was something that we maybe should look on a little bit more over here. So purchase another group of you and purchase a group of fighters. Oh, you don't have the money for that? Interesting. So anything else then? Tanks, anti-air, cavalry corps, paratroopers, more paratroopers? Don't think that's required. Motor torpedo boats I don't think will be used, although they would be funny to use actually. So, and more submarines, I don't think we need that, although they are good for scouting ahead of the fleet. I was tempted to buy an escort carrier because one thing I didn't realize is escort carriers are actually pretty good at attacking submarines. You can see this is an attack of 1, this is an attack of 2, and once we do get better anti-submarine warfare levels, that might come in very handy, and then we could remove some of the UK carriers towards the other regions. But that being said, I don't think it's really required. More garrisons might be useful though, to simply place on some of the islands. But no, I think it's fine. We will save up some points, and that is fine as well. So, next time we will see how the Germans fare on their front. They did manage to cut us off and cut a huge line in our defenses up here. So we are bulging out a little over here, that I'm very concerned about. We will hopefully be able to gain a little bit of a foothold a little bit further back here with the Soviets, but we'll definitely have to see about that. Also gonna have to see about how the front develops here on the Boma side of things. Should probably bring you down here and then attack onto Rangru. Could also come into Bangkok a little bit more aggressively. Oh well, we will see. Also, I am very much tempted to see what the Haruna battleship over here is going to do to our battleships, light cruisers, heavy cruisers, that sort of thing. That being said, it was a very good turn for the Allies, I think, with so many points so many carriers being destroyed for the Japanese. I think 3 carriers in this turn alone, so that is very, very good. Let's see whether they will take their revenge on these ships, but that is going to have to wait. So I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.